field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. Jameis to throw it. He completes it to Evans. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Winston. That's caught by the big tight end, O.J. Howard. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It's a gain of 11, and the Bucs have a 1st down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a 1st down.
And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially.
Ready? Blue ready. Hey, watch the slant. Watch the slant.
To the air again with Winston. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Now the first carry for Ronald Jones. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Ready? Blue ready. 3 ball. Hey, set 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. Wait.
On 3rd down, Winston. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Keanu Neal. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Oh, no doubt, a very disappointing end to what was a pretty strong opening drive.
They had 3 points in their back pocket. It was there for them. If you don't like what you see, just throw it away. Make sure you get those points on the board. Don't get too greedy. He forced it there. You saw the end result.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again, so it's not picking up a couple of 1st downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 1st downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
Just like that, out of danger and up past the 40 now for 1st and 10.
Everyone got 4 down. Rush in.
Now Taylor. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Defenses always have a goal of holding a runner under 100 yards. Well, he went over 150 last week, won NFC Player of the Week award honors. And guess what? He's got a chance to do it again because of that vision he has. He sees holes that maybe don't exist.
You gonna see me in your nightmare, son. You gonna see me in your nightmare.
On 2nd down now. It's Freeman, and he'll get it down here to the 43. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
No score after one on EA Sports.
Like 25! Here we go, here we go! Get up! Wait! Wait! Get up!
Freeman again, a first down carry. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Gets it down to the 32. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Anytime the offense shows what they call a shot play or a chunk play where they're trying to get big yardage, sometimes people just call it gadget plays, and you hold it to a gain that we just saw there, you feel pretty good about yourself as a defense.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Taylor. And he gets stopped up at the 31 after a gain of maybe a yard.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. 21. Check. Watch the twist. Watch the twist. You draw corkers.
Back to the ground, this time with Freeman. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5.
Man up, D. Space. He's coming to you. He's coming to you. Motion. Hey, wait. 54's Mike. Check.
Out of the gun, it's Ryan. And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown. A great play there. Touchdown number 18 on the year, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. On is Mason Crosby for the point after. It's good, and that gives the Falcons a 7-0 lead. Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Winston now. Throw left side complete. That's Logan. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They've become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really...
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
They'll run on first down. It's Taylor. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. Kendall Fuller in on the stop.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
They're going to need some therapy after this. 58. Got. Mike 5. Guys, it's game situation. 11. Mike 5. Big stop. Hey, Haywood.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Ryan. And it's caught. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Julio Jones with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Falcons push further out in front. Crosby connects on the extra point, and it's now 14-0. Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays.
And that's caught inside the 35. And he takes it all the way down to the 32. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
So we get slap happy up here sometimes. On 2nd and 11 now. Winston. He'll find Miller. That's complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons 16.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Hey, 5 on kicker. 5 on kicker. Check. He's coming.
On 2nd down, it's Jones. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up 1st and goal. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime.
Watch the safety creep. Hey, let's get him for purpose. Kill.
They'll try and run it in with Jones. And he's in. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Ronald Jones, as the first half is winding down, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Extra point by Gay is up and good, and that'll make our score 14-7. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told, as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play, because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened up second.
Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And he's given his guys a shot for late points, as they will take over in range for a field goal or maybe more. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. Now a first down carry by Jones. Jones breaking from the contact, and they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And Gay knocks this one through, and that will do it for this first half. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. A big pickup there, 18 yards and a Buccaneer first. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Winston. That's complete to his receiver, Godwin. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Chris Godwin, his 9th touchdown of the season, and the Bucs have taken the lead. Extra point by Gay is up and good, and it's now 17-14. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. They go to the ground again with Taylor. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a third down.
Brings up 3rd and 7.
59, ready. We're ready. Hey, check. Mike 5. 21. Ready. Mike 5. Set the tone, defense. Set the tone, D. Hey, exit. Mike 5. Hey, South. Watch the slants.
On third down, Ryan. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary, it really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to him.
12 yards on the return that time. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 31-yard line.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. From the gun, Winston. He finds his target. It's Evans. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
On the ready. Mike 29. Watch the backer.
And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. Well, the two men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up fourth down.
It's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there. And this will be out of bounds at the what here? The 12-yard line.
At their own 12-yard line.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the first.
A big hole there. How about him handling the point of attack? Just positioning himself so that run could go right off of his backside and deep into the secondary.
Shoot! 22! Wide, get wide. Check 31. Hey, check.
On first down, it's Taylor. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple. Ryan on the handoff. It's Freeman. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Ready! Back 25! I got one. Hey, we got tight left. Even.
Again, they'll run with Freeman. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
So just a 3-yard return following a punt of 45. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage.
Leverage.
Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Kill, kill, kill. Turn it up. Kill, kill, kill. Turn it up.
To throw, Winston. And Jameis intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 40. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Season of giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
Down. Get ready. Blue 80. 54. All right. Here we go. Let's go, D. Let's go. Hey, let's get there. Slam. Slam. Go. Blue 80.
Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Ready. 5, 25. 54. South. You better be afraid of me. Yeah. Wahoo. Got it. 54. Right there. 54 Mike. Down to lose one.
From the 38, Ryan. This complete to Jones. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for a first down for the Falcons. They'll run on first down. Taylor. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. Back now in Atlanta. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter.
Let's go, defense. Let's go, defense. And who we got? Hey, check. Hey, check. 5, 25.
On 2nd and 9, Ryan being chased out left. Gets it off to Freeman. And he is out of bounds, looks like right at the 15. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Charles, this one not over, certainly, but you set the magic number earlier in this game at 20 points, said that they would need to hold them right around that marker under it. What are you seeing here?
Well, that number is still in play because we said, okay, 20 or under gives them a chance to win. Right on pace for being in that range, and guess what? They've got a shot.
And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Right. He's telling him to run. 4 down. Check. Get up.
They'll keep it on the ground. Taylor. And he's going to work this one down to about the 5. Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets him into a 3rd and 1 situation.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
The Falcons on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation.
Wait! He's checking crowd. Let him go!
Now Ryan going to give it to Freeman. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4th. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming from the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And the 13-year man puts it through, and in the 4th quarter, this game is tied. I tell you, the life of a kicker. He has not been called on the entire game. He's over there by the net, but they send him out here in the 4th quarter and say, hey, go tie the game, will you? And guess what? He comes through.
I just don't know how they do it. I really don't. These cats are a different breed from you and me. That's a pressure kick, but that one was never in doubt.
First and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, it's Winston. He completes this into the hands of Miller. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tougher, guys trying to get to the football.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off at the 39. Well, Charles, he's thrown 5 picks in a game before, and right now, after that one, he's standing on number 4.
And right now, your defensive coordinator is asking the offensive coordinator, can you do anything to slow this down? Because my guys have to keep running back out on the field, so play calling may come into it a little bit, maybe run the ball a little bit more, but a lot of it depends on the scoreboard. They may have to keep throwing it.
We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. A solid pickup of 13 sets them up 1st and goal.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
A field goal could get them the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal.
Kill. Hey, turn it out. Check 9.
They'll run here with Freeman. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. And now this defense trying to use the clock to their advantage. They'll take the timeout here with 2:08 left. And then they'll have another stop coming up at the 2-minute warning. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Calvin Ridley with touchdown number 12 on the year. And they are able to break the tie and move out in front here in this 4th quarter. Crosby with the extra point, and they will take a 7-point lead. Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. It got his man complete. It's a big play. Winston to Evans. 48 yards. Well, they had held him pretty well in check, but if you recall back in the first quarter, you said they needed to avoid the big play. He finally gets loose.
And the thing about it, it doesn't have to be a bunch of big plays. Sometimes one big play can be enough. That's why it's tough to deal with a guy like that.
So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. He'll look to throw. Left side here, that's complete to Godwin. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. From the shotgun to give to Jones. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop him with 13 seconds left to play. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. Winston. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. And whistles, and they take their final timeout with 7 seconds left. Good yardage on 1st down. Now can they punch it in on 2nd and goal? Back to throw. And his ball is caught. It's a touchdown. And now in the final seconds, they're a PAT away from likely getting this thing to overtime.
Yes, sir, that touchdown puts them in striking distance. And let me tell you something, forget being conservative here. Go for it. Go for 2.
Well, going for it on the road. Want to win it right now.
Want to win it right now. Have the momentum. Go ahead and get it done.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good, and we may very well be headed to overtime. Nothing separating these two sides. 24 all our score as he sends this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee, and they'll start things out at the 25. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. Tie game, and barring something incredible here, we're likely headed to overtime.
And just a couple of scenarios here to keep in mind. One, if you want to be really aggressive, you do throw the Hail Mary and see if you can get something downfield.
What would you do?
What I would do is either hand it off inside or more likely I take a knee and let the clock run out. Because if I'm back there trying to throw and a sack happens, the ball comes free, I can lose the game here. If I get to overtime, I can still win it.
Let's see if they are in line with Charles Davis. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession, except for their first drive here in overtime. And this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team. And that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
And it's been loud in here so far.
It's a gain of 17 yards. First down, Tampa Bay.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
Hey, 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50.
And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. Moving backwards on 1st down, never a good thing. What does that do for the mindset on 2nd down?
Well, it changes your play call, definitely, because as a play call, you're advancing yourself thinking, okay, we're going to get a gain here. Now you've got to go back in reverse, come up with something to pick up not just the yardage lost, but gain a few extra.
Now the first throw in overtime for Winston. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
A 3-yard gain on the play brings up 3rd down.
Coming up on a 3rd and 9. Opening drive of overtime as they look to convert. Here's Winston. Airing this one out for Evans. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Well, I know you're toward the middle of the field here, but still, 4th down this distance, you got to punt it right.
That's definitely the first instinct because you say, okay, let's just play some field position, make sure we don't lose the game here, turn it over in a key spot. But if you feel really good about your trigger guy, if you feel great about him, you might want to leave the ball in his hands and let him work his magic.
And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. Their defense did its job, got the stop. All they need is 3, and this is over.
Couldn't have done much else other than score themselves and end it. But they turned it back over to them, and now all they need is a field goal to win the game. An excellent job by the defense. Can the offense finish things off?
Yeah, part 1 is done, now part 2. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Let's go one more.
2 minutes left in this overtime session, and still all tied.
Tuesday.
Mike 5. Check.
Now what can Ryan do here in overtime? And he whips that one incomplete there. The Pro Bowl wideout Julio Jones is intended receiver. And that'll bring up second down. This being their second opportunity in overtime, third overall drive, see if they can settle into a rhythm.
And that's what you're looking for. Get a few first downs, move the ball downfield, have some confidence, get yourself in a spot where you can at least kick a field goal to win it. But I tell you this, if I'm the play caller, I'm looking at that part of my sheet that says playmakers. Get the ball in their hands, critical situation, now's their time.
On second down, it's Taylor. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Call it no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a third down.
It's 3rd and 10.
And the Bucs with an extra defender in the secondary now on third down.
Hey, express. Gun. 54, south.
From the gun, it's Ryan. Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Juan Thornhill. And he'll take it across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. So we will see yet another drive in this overtime.
For whatever reason, neither team able to finish this game off. I know that the first thought is, does anyone really want to win it? But I think that they both desperately want to win it, and sometimes you force things, and that leads to errors.
Well, it's out there for the taking. We'll see who can do it. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 15 yards as Tampa Bay picks up the first.
That was good, tough running right up the middle, and if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
Here's Jones. And a 5-yard gain as he's down inside the 30 to the 28-yard line.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
I can't believe they even let you play. Under 10.
Winston, a handoff. This is Jones. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. In overtime, you have to be smarter than that.
A personal foul just can't happen. Have to have poise.
So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10. After the penalty, it's Jones. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. Now another timeout called for by the offense. They'll be left with just one remaining here at OT. They come out here in the eye. On second down now. It's Jones, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. Now the timeout comes here in the waning seconds of this overtime as we could be set up at long last for a potential game winner. So it all rests now on the right foot of the kicker, Matt Gay. Now the timeout comes here in the waning seconds of this overtime as we could be set up at long last for a potential game winner. And he got it. The kick is good in overtime. He's able to split the uprights. Well, we thought this game would be a good one. It did not disappoint into overtime, and it took the field goal to win it.
And we always pay lip service to how important it is to play defense. And usually we focus on the big offensive pyrotechnics, right? But in this case, they got the ball back on defense, gave themselves a chance, and they capitalized on it with a victory.
And I don't care what distance that field goes from in overtime. The knees are always knocking, but he pushed it through.
Not only that, think about your snapper, your holder. A lot of nerves for them, too, because they have to do their job in order to give him one last chance to put a foot to it.
So for the Bucs, the final 2 weeks are going to tell the story for them as they move to 9-5 with the win. And they'll have another road date next week with the Los Angeles Rams. Meanwhile, for the Falcons, this was basically just an exhibition game for them as they'd already clinched home field advantage.